What's up, Skins Nation? Welcome once again to that primetime show, Pigskin Facts, History, and News. I am your host of hosts. I am Fred Watson Jr., and welcome back. Week 5 of the NFL season has come and gone. And for our beloved Skins, uh, we expected it, and we knew it would happen, that the Patriots would come in and they would skull drag us. I had predicted that the score would be Patriots 41, Redskins 17. The score was a little lower. The final score was Patriots 33, our beloved Redskins 7. And there were a lot of interesting facts to the game. There were a lot of interesting aspects to the game. The second half pretty much went the way that we thought it would go in the first half and throughout the entire game. Uh, the Redskins played pretty good defense. They played the Super Bowl champions pretty tough in the first half. They hung in there. But before I go on and elaborate about the game and the latest happenings for the Redskins, let's go over some questions that we had last time. As promised that I would give the answer on this segment. And let's do that first. And just before I do that briefly, if this is your first time watching, welcome to Pigskin Facts, History, and News. And do me a favor, look down on your phone, the subscribe button, hit that red button. And if you have any thoughts, comments, ideas, or anything you want to share, feel free to fill in the comments section. I'd love to hear from you. And those of you that have been faithful to watch, much love to you. I love you. Keep watching, keep supporting, and spread the word about this channel. Um, it's a losing season, but this thing is gonna turn around. It's gonna get better. Okay. First question. What year did the first ladies of football, the Redskinettes, debut? Question again. What year did the first ladies of football, also known as the Redskinettes, debut? Answer: 1962. 1962 was the year that the Redskinettes debuted in the NFL, and they're called the first ladies of football because the Redskins were the first team to incorporate cheerleaders as part of their organization and part of their games, their activities. Okay, second question. What year did the late, great Vince Lombardi coach the Redskins? Yes, the late, great Vince Lombardi, whom the Super Bowl trophy is named after. At one time, he had coached the Redskins. What year did the late, great Vince Lombardi coach the Redskins, and what was their record? Answer: the year was 1969 that he coached the Redskins. It was just for 1 year. Um, Unfortunately, after that year, his untimely death took him away from us. But you all know him as the great Green Bay Packers coach who led them to numerous titles and 2 Super Bowl titles. Okay, the second part of that question, what was their record? The Redskins had 7 wins, 5 losses, and 2 ties. And basically, what Vince Lombardi did was he brought back a winning culture to a losing organization, and we pretty much find our beloved Skins in that situation right now. And we need a winning culture again. We need to get over the hump, and we need to get over the 800, the 8-8 records, the 7-9 records, and we need to get back to like we were in the 80s, in the early 90s, dominate and be tops in our division, tops in our league, tops in the NFL. Okay, last question. What was the first ever Monday Night Football game that the Redskins played? What was the first ever Monday Night Football game that the Redskins played? Somebody. Anybody. Everybody. Scream! No, Just kidding. What was the first ever Monday Night Football game that the Redskins played? Answer: October 19th, 1970, and it was against the Oakland Raiders. October 19th, 1970, against the Oakland Raiders, the first ever Monday Night Football game that the Redskins were a part of. Okay, on to other things. Offensive tackle, left tackle, Trent Williams is still on holdout, and as of right now, he has no plans to end the holdout. My whole thing of it is, it's quite obvious that he doesn't want to play for the Redskin organization, and it's pretty obvious that he's made that clear. So I would say the solution to that: trade him. Trade him. Trade him. Vince. Trent, we loved you while you were here. You're a great player, great offensive tackle, but we find ourselves at the end of the road. So trade him. Trade him. Maybe we can get a first round pick. Maybe we can get a second round pick or a third round pick. I just want to move on and get better as an organization. And if you have to cut ties and you got to let people go, let them go. Jordan Reed on concussion protocol. I think it was week 3 of the preseason. He went on concussion protocol. It's week 5 now. What's taking so long? So, he another example of a great player when he's on the field. Phenomenal. Probably considered one of the best tight ends in the game when he plays in the field. But he's hurt he spends more time hurt. Maybe it might be time for retirement, bro. Maybe it might be time for retirement, to think about retirement. If not, trade him. Trade him. Trade him. We got to move on as an organization. We got to win. It doesn't make sense. And I'm not trying to take money out of anybody's pocket, God forbid, because, hey, you've been a great player for us, Jordan, and you keep making your money. And I'm pretty sure that if you're still able to play and we do happen to, in fact, trade you, you're going to flourish somewhere else. But it's time to cut our losses and move on. Cut what we got to cut. The natives are restless, and as a fan base, we're getting rowdy. We want to win. We're getting rowdy. We want to win. The greatest thing the Redskins did this weekend. Good news, bad news. Bad news, we lost. We're 0-5, and pretty much the season is over. As far as playoffs, we can forget it. It's done. It's a done deal. Stick the fork in us, we're done. But there was a call this week. A call recently, that was made. Not just a call, the call. It wasn't a jet sweep. It wasn't a play action pass. It wasn't a button hook. It wasn't a fly deep route. But finally, the time has come. The call. This morning, breaking news, head coach Jay Gruden was fired. There was a reference yesterday made, something that I heard, that the owner, Daniel Snyder, who usually stays throughout the game in the stadium, he usually stays until the end. Well, he made a quick exit before the game was over yesterday. And, it might have been too early to say, what was going to happen because he did that. But now we know. But it was time. It was time. 6 seasons with Jay Gruden, 35 wins, 50 losses, one tie, one playoff appearance, and I think we had like one winning season, from what I understand. Uh, it was time to cut our losses. It was time to cut our losses. Does that solve anything in everything in the Redskins organization? No, because there's still other things out there that need to be circumcised, if you know what I mean, that need to be cut. Um, I'm actually surprised that our defensive coordinator Greg Minuski wasn't fired yesterday. But in the words of that great poet or wrestler Goldberg, Greg Minuski, you're next, and probably many more. But Bill Callahan was named the Redskins interim coach, and he's no stranger to that platform. He coached college team, the University of Nebraska. He also coached the Raiders 2002, 2003. Also had a Super Bowl appearance with the Raiders. I believe that was the same year that they lost. They lost to Tampa Bay in the Super Bowl. But he coached some very good quality teams, and he did a heck of a job. And I think now that he stepped in, I think that priority number one is the training and the buildup of our first draft pick quarterback, Dwayne Haskins. He's priority number one. I don't think Gruden wanted Dwayne Haskins to play. Period. He wasn't even on his list to draft. It was Daniel Jones, who of course the Giants took. So how in the heck do you throw a quarterback in a game to where you haven't even given him any kind of reps? You were setting him up for failure. He's got to take reps with the first team. They've got, and the excuse was the same thing. Oh, he's not ready. Oh, he's not ready. Well, get him ready. Give him reps with the first team. Give him reps. Get him ready. Don't just say he's not ready and not and let him be with the practice squad where he doesn't do anything. Get that man reps. Get him in the playbook. Get him learning the plays. Get him to become more familiar with the Redskins offense and the mode of operation of that. Get him ready. Prepare him. So now he's going to have that opportunity because he is supposed to be the future of this franchise. So it's been a trying year, the first 5 weeks, but we got one problem out of the way. There's many more, though. There's many more things to fix. Don't get it twisted. There's a lot more that needs to be fixed, but this is a start. This is a start. So that is the good news. The other good news, Dallas Cowboys, my two favorite teams, the Redskins and anybody that beats Dallas. Green Bay did that. Thank you, Green Bay. They went into Dallas yesterday and beat them 34-24. I'm not going to elaborate on it, but I am so glad that Dallas lost. So this coming week, this coming Sunday, that sets up the Redskins and the Dolphins. That sets up the Toilet Bowl. And the winner actually really doesn't win. The loser actually wins. So the loser of this game will have rights to the first pick in the NFL draft. So we'll see what happens. Are they going to start quarterback Dwayne Haskins next week against the Dolphins? That remains to be seen. Don't know. That remains to be seen. So we will see what happens. As far as the game yesterday, like I said, We expected it, the Redskins, to get blown out the second half. The defense pretty much ran out of gas. They stayed on the field. Our offense was completely trash, garbage, horse manure, bull crap, nothing. They couldn't stay on the field. So the defense had to keep going on the field. And another factor, Tom Brady is Tom Brady. Tom Brady woke up in the second half, and they outscored us 21-0. It was 12-7 and a half. Tom Brady yesterday, he torched us. 28 out of 42, 348 yards, 3 touchdowns. What different would you expect? Tom Brady is Tom Brady. He did throw an interception. Monte Nicholson did a pretty decent job. He had 5 tackles yesterday, 1 pass defense, and he had a pick near the end zone, which I thought they should have brought out to the 20-yard line, but they put it at the 1.5-yard line or 2-yard line. So that was kind of bogus. And we had 6 penalties for 72 yards yesterday, and it just seemed like for a minute there, every play that we would get lined up on offense, they were calling something on the offensive line. So it was crazy. So it was pretty much, and then, or on the defense, it was like the referees, they love Tom Brady. So, we were going to get it one way or another. Colt McCoy, he passed 18 completions out of 27 attempts, 119 yards, no touchdowns, and an interception. That one interception was terrible that he threw to Steven Sims on a short route where he expected Steven Sims to cut across, but he stopped in his route, and the Patriots defender stepped in front of it and picked it off, and they ended up kicking a field goal. I thought that was a key point in the game because if he would have caught that pass, who knows what he could have did with it. He already ran for a 65-yard touchdown to take the first lead on that anybody's taken on the Patriots all year. So we hung in there, but our offense was just inept. It's just ineffective, deficient. We were 1 of 9 on third downs. Like I said, we had 6 penalties for 72 yards. They weren't all on the offense. There were some defensive penalties also, like pass interference. We ran the ball as a team 20 times for 145 yards. Not bad. But most of these yards coming on a 65-yard run by speedy Steven Sims, who I think that we need to utilize a lot more in the offense. And I'm pretty sure that will happen. Wendell Smallwood for us ran it 6 times for 27 yards. Chris Thompson 4 times for 21 yards. Adrian Peterson ran it 7 times for 18 yards. Colt McCoy 2 times for 14 yards. The Patriots, they pretty much sliced us up in the second half. They were passing in the first half, and Bill Belichick, we got that pencil and that pad, made some adjustments, and they ran the ball at us more in the second half. Sony Michael ran the ball 16 times for 91 yards. So they ran for 130 yards. So they pretty much gutted our defense in the second half on the ground. Receiving, Terry McLaurin, he came back. He caught 3 passes for 51 yards. He was targeted 7 times. Chris Thompson, 5 receptions, 17 yards. Trey Quinn, 3 receptions, 15 yards. So not very much. We also lost a fumble. So we lost the turnover battle to the Patriots 2-1. Probably wouldn't have really made much difference because we couldn't move the ball. We were ineffective on the ground and in the air. The Patriots pretty much clamped down on us on defense. However, on the defensive side of the ball, we didn't do bad in the first half. We did put pressure on Tom Brady. We sacked him 4 times. Matt Ioannidis, Ryan Kerrigan, half a sack. Tim Settle had a sack. Jonathan Allen had a sack, and Deron Payne had a sack. So our big boys on the front line, they did their job pretty much. They had 9 quarterback hits on Brady. So they were getting to the quarterback. Third down efficiency. We did better in that, believe it or not. We held the Patriots to 5 of 15 on third downs as a 33%. Major improvement. Fourth down, they went for it on 4th and 1. We stopped it. Cole Holcomb, who had a horrible game last week against the Giants, our rookie, our 5th rounder out of North Carolina. He played a much better game. He had 8 tackles, 2 assists, 10 combined, and he was a major factor on that 4th down stop. So kudos to you, Cole. Keep up the good work. Landon Collins, he had 7 tackles, 7 unassisted, of course, from that flying up from that safety position. He did his job. Monte Nicholson, like I said earlier, had 5 tackles, 1 pass defense, and an interception. I can see major strides of improvement in the defense. Even though we did get blown out, I see the defense starting to come around now. And I believe as the year goes on, they're going to get better and they're going to be better. As far as the offense, it's just a mess right now. It's a work in progress. It's garbage. It's garbage. And we've got a lot of work to do. I didn't see the press conference with Bruce Allen. I don't know what was said, but I did see the interview with interim coach Bill Callahan, and he said he's going to pretty much take things slow, but there will be changes in the Redskins practicing. There will be changes in certain things that they do. So, hey, I'm excited. Let's just start this turnaround. Let's just get it started, take it one day at a time, and do what we got to do as an organization. So we can start winning again, because these teams are coming in and they got more fans than we got. Basically, we're hosting a home game for the other team. The Patriots, they had so many fans yesterday. Trying to find a Redskin fan in the stands was like trying to find Waldo. You would have found Waldo quicker than you would have found a Redskin fan, because there were so many Pats fans yesterday. So, with that said, moving forward, let's just do the doggone thing. Let's just cut out who we got to cut out. Kevin McConnell, he's gonna be pretty much doing the play calling, so I'm excited about that, and just looking forward to bigger and better. This year is gone, but hey, let's continue to develop our rookie quarterback, Dwayne Haskins, and let's let him get more reps. Let's get better at defense. Let's be competitive in the rest of the games for the rest of the season. Win a few games, that would be nice. And look forward to the draft in the off season and what we're going to do. Look forward to the future. So this year is gone, but hey, the future is bright. And we started day one. We fired our old coach, and we got some more surgery to do. The Redskins are under the sheets right now, and there's more surgery that needs to go on, because we really need a makeover. We need a cosmetic makeover, a complete turnaround. So I'm looking forward to it. So with all that said, that's all that I have for today. You guys enjoy your week. Looking forward to see what happens and who they play Sunday against the Miami Dolphins in the Toilet Bowl. And like I said, the winner doesn't win. The loser of the game is actually the winner, because they'll have rights to first place. So we're going to see what happens. So with that said, once again, thank you for joining our show, Pigskin Facts, History, and News. I am your host, Fred Watson Jr., and I will see y'all next time. Y'all have a good week. Peace.